Alright, it's TCG Tacos here. We're here with Sam Prime with his Black Bolt deck. Tell us, when you wrote this deck, like, choices behind it.
The why is probably more of a why not. Like I hadn't got to play an organized play in a while, so I didn't really, the winning was kind of like whatever, like I want to play a really fun deck. I mean, that's what I do, like I typically want to play like fun decks and don't care nearly as much about whether they're competitive or is it like my style deck and is it fun. And this deck, I hadn't got any playtesting with it, but it seemed like in theory it would be really fun. So basically I kept coming up with a lot of loop combos, and then I was working with Matiski on a loop combo for Earthwind. But I was gonna think about saving that one, but I think he's actually gonna put it out on a Patreon video soon. But I threw out the idea of kind of running this this all black mage deck with white mages, and I really like the idea. So at first I was gonna run like Dark Sin or Dark Ildnash to just like combo in the game. That seemed a little bit greedy. And this deck's a little bit less greedy. You can definitely play like a more controlling deck. But yeah, I mean, just the why was because I wanted to play something fun, man. It's just fun.
How does the loop work on it? I don't think I got to see that.
How does the loop work?
Yeah.
The loop works by hopefully on turn 3, sometimes turn 4 or 5. You have 2 white mages in play, and then any of these 3 black bolts. You discard 1 to target something or don't target something, whatever you want to do. There's 2 triggers. Draw 2 cards. Then since half your deck is like all the draws in this deck, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 21 plus these definitely count. These are actually even better. So 27. So over half your deck, you're very likely to hit it. If you ever hit one of these, you're gonna combo off immediately. So yeah.
Nice. I've been like thinking about how to make like a black mage deck work, but it always seemed a little tricky to me with like how much like different element there is with it. This is definitely really interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty much it. How about you run us through your matchups today?
My matchups were basically me versus myself in 4 of the rounds. I really felt like I didn't know what most of these cards do. In fact, it wasn't until Sergio the last game that I realized that this card can target, when you discard it, it can target an active forward. I thought when you discard it, you had to discard it to 4K to a dual forward. There's so many cards in this deck that I had no idea like what they did. Like I didn't even know this card was an EX burst. The deck does have a lot of EX bursts. Let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 EX bursts, which is pretty good. And I liked it. The Matiski suggested I add the Chadley, and I really like Chadley. He also suggested Crow, and I thought about Crow. If I were to make changes, I would consider adding maybe 1 Crow over maybe an Aldo, and then maybe the 3-drop 11 card. Category 11, category 11 card that gets back 3 drops from your break zone. One of those, and then possibly a Golbez, the Opus 8, I think it is, or is it, no, 7. The Opus 7 starter Golbez. Okay. Because you cycle through your deck, and then in the end he'll end up costing 2. If things go really wrong, he could cost 3. But he gets back and forth, so you get back like your Lua for the special or something. So the Golbez is pretty good. But because it's the first time I ran the deck, and it was all in theory, I thought it would just be really good just to test out 3 of everything, which leaves you, 6, and 6 times 4, or 16 times 3 is 48, so you have 2 extra slots, so I put in the 2 Chadley. But again, this card could easily be a 3 of. It's like pretty good. Yeah, I think this card's actually really good. I don't think, you could run the red version. I ran a red version with the Palums and the other VVs, and you get Meath, and Meath can also search for this, which is really nice. All your stuff costs 3, and Meath can really just search for anything. But you lose the consistency of making sure you can always cast a Lua. And it's debatable which one of these is better. They're both really good. Both really good. So I don't know, just it's really fun. You could lose very easily to some well-timed Amaterasus or Well Times Mist Dragons. But if you're taking this deck to like win an event, you're probably doing it wrong. But if you take this to just like have a good time, I think you have a really, really good time. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, this definitely looks like a really fun deck
Yeah.
to play. Can't wait to like try to sleep it up and just try it out locals.
It's you're gonna have a blast. I think if anyone wants some suggestions, Mulligan for 2 backups, most like any other deck. But if you have like 1 backup and a white mage, and particularly if your backup is Aldo or one of these 3 that can go get a second white mage, because really you just want to dig for 2 white mages, and then kind of go off. So yeah, I thought it was a really good time. Definitely thanks to David to White Mage for like giving me like some feedback, because I was just like, well, does this loop work? Does this loop work? And I just constantly berating him with questions, and then I was just asking Matisky like this, and I trying to get some sleep. And Matisky would be like, oh, have you thought about Chadley? Have you thought about Crow? And like I'd wake up, go put those cards in my binder, go back to sleep, and so I'd make sure, because I had to come out here Friday, so I didn't get any testing with it, unfortunately, but I think, for having no testing, it was really fun. Now that I know what the cards do, maybe I'll do better with it next time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. Well, thanks for showing us the deck.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out here and streaming. It's really fun to watch your stream. I appreciate you.
All right, man.